Hey everybody, it's the Doll Boy, and today I'll show you my Cassandra transformation. I do want to give a quick spoiler alert for Tangled the Series, because I am going to discuss some topics that'll spoil the final episode from Season 2. That's because the doll I'm creating today is Moonstone Cassandra. For this, I'm using a second-hand Cassandra doll that I got a long time ago. As you can see, this is the Disney Store doll that came out when the first season of Tangled the Series came out. That's why I will be rerooting her original dark hair that resembles her original look. For her new look, I'm going to use these different shades of blue in nylon hair from Custom Doll Hair that I got a really long time ago. I got this really nice blue and this much lighter blue that is gonna give the perfect highlight. And it actually glows in the dark. I did get a full back of that blue color too, which is called metallic turquoise nylon. The length of this hair is really long, but since I'm gonna give Cassandra that short haircut, I will be able to use this hair cut in half. I will also show you how I mix these colors together to get a nice blend and a great glow in the dark effect. But first, let's cut off Cassandra's hair. For this step, I did want to quickly mention that I do have a spare Cassandra doll that I'm keeping original, because that always makes me worry a little less about this step. During the process of cutting the hair, I actually found a hairstyle that I really loved on her, which was this really short, edgy hair. After looking at this look for a bit, it was time to go back in and cut all the hair off as short as possible. I dipped the head in boiling water to make it easier to take the head off the body. Then I take my tweezers to scrape the inside of the head to loosen up the rest of the hair from the inside. When all the hair plugs are empty, I pull out the leftover hair from the neck hole. I've noticed with all my Tangled the Series dolls that for these dolls it's really hard to get everything out because of how hard the plastic of their head is and because of the shape of their heads. So I really take my time with this to make it as empty as possible. Now I take the two shades of hair and put them together. To make the hair blend well, I brush this together first, and then I split it in half and stack it back on top of each other. This makes sure the lighter strands blend really well with the darker color. Then I simply cut the hair in half to make sure I don't lose too much length once I style the finished doll. As you can see, blending the colors this way really gives it a nicely blended color. So now I'll just prepare some hair to make sure I have consistent strands, and this also makes the reroot process go a lot smoother. Once I've prepared a nice amount of hair, I simply take my rerooting tool and start rerooting the hairline of this doll. While rerooting her, I make sure to dip the head in hot water every now and then to keep the plastic soft and flexible. My preferred rerooting technique is the folding method, where you pick up a strand in the middle and use the rerooting tool to simply push the hair into the head. So that's what you're seeing me do here. As you can tell, I decided not to paint the doll's scalp in a matching color. The reason for that is that I felt like the paint would most likely chip anyways, considering I dip the head in hot water so often. After finishing Cassandra's hairline, I move on to the part, using thicker strand that I separate into two. This is a really nice trick to make a really easy but professional looking hair part. I do have a more detailed tutorial about that, so if you're interested in seeing that, I'll link that in the info section down below. Then, while filling the inside of the head, I'm also adding some sections with only the glow-in-the-dark hair. This adds some of those chunkier highlights that Cassandra is supposed to have, and also gives a stronger glow-in-the-dark effect. I add most of these strands sporadically throughout the head, but I'm also adding some small strands to the hairline. After I fill the rest of the head with my regular blend, I wrap the hair in a plastic bag to protect it from the Fabri-Tac glue I'm going to be using to glue the hair on the inside of the head. This makes sure all the hair will be secured in the head, and you'll be able to do anything with this hair. I'm using a Q-tip to spread out the glue evenly. Then I let the glue dry for at least 24 hours. Once the glue is dry, you can put the head back on the body to reveal your completed doll. To make this doll resemble Cassandra a lot more, I did cut the hair, keeping it a little longer than shoulder length. As you might see, this is longer than her hair is in the series, but I'm keeping in mind that I do want to add some curl, which will make it look a little shorter, and I do prefer to keep it a little longer at first, because I can always cut the hair a bit shorter later on. For Cassandra's haircut, I pretty much cut all the hair in a straight line, adding a short layer in the front to be styled in her iconic curl. Then, as you can see, in the series, the moment Cassandra gets that blue hairstyle, her eyes turn a very bright blue as well. The original eyes of my doll are this brownish color, so to match my custom doll to the cartoon, I am using some acrylic paints. I'm mixing this bright blue with a little bit of green to match the eye color to her hair as well as I can. I do add some white paint as well to brighten the color even more. I did add a little headband to the doll's hair to make sure I wouldn't get any paint in the freshly rerooted hair. Then I take a toothpick and really carefully paint the doll's irises blue. This did take some real concentration for me, since I'm not the best painter. But taking it slow with this really helped me. I also kept a clean toothpick nearby to wipe away any small mistakes I made and to make some of the lines a bit sharper. To be honest with you, I am super proud of how these eyes turned out, as I really feel like this ties the whole costume together. After that, I simply gave her some loose curls and dressed her in a black bodysuit with some added blue details. Then with the full look done, I'm so excited to show you what she looks like in the dark as well. Thanks again to Custom Doll Hair for this amazing blue glow-in-the-dark hair. I really hope you liked how my custom doll turned out. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. If you want to see more pictures of my dolls, make sure to follow me on Instagram as well, @thedollboy. See you next time!